3 Hebrew words from the cross literally sent shockwaves through the spiritual realm, words so powerful that demons fled and the veil of the temple tore from top to bottom. But here's what most believers never discover. What Yeshua actually said wasn't just, "It is finished." The original declaration carries a legal, military, and spiritual weight that changes everything about how we approach spiritual warfare today. Before we dive deep into this mystery that has the power to transform your prayer life and break chains you didn't even know were holding you back, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You don't want to miss the biblical secrets we're uncovering on this channel. When we read John 19 verse 30 in English, we see Yeshua's final words as, "It is finished," and then he gave up his spirit. But something extraordinary happens when we dig into the original language and understand the cultural context of first-century Palestine. The Greek word used here is tetelestai, but Yeshua wasn't speaking Greek in his final moments. He was speaking Aramaic, possibly Hebrew, and the weight of what he declared shook the foundations of both the physical and spiritual worlds. Scripture tells us in Colossians 2 verse 15 that Yeshua disarmed the rulers and authorities and put them to open shame by triumphing over them in him. What happened on that cross wasn't just about forgiveness. It was the ultimate spiritual warfare victory, declared in words that carried legal authority across 3 realms: the commercial, the military, and the sacrificial. The mystery we're about to uncover has been hidden in plain sight for 2,000 years, buried beneath translations that, while accurate, don't capture the full explosive power of what actually occurred. This isn't just historical curiosity. Understanding these 3 Hebrew words will revolutionize how you pray, how you face spiritual opposition, and how you walk in the authority Yeshua purchased for you. Let's examine 3 powerful examples of similar declarations throughout Scripture that help us understand the magnitude of what happened on Calvary. First, in Genesis 15 verse 6, when Abraham believed Yahweh, it says his faith was credited to him as righteousness. The Hebrew word chashub, used here, is an accounting term. It means to reckon, to calculate, to make an official record. This wasn't just Yahweh's opinion about Abraham. It was a legal declaration that changed Abraham's standing before the throne of heaven. Second, look at Daniel 5 verses 25 to 28, where the handwriting appears on Belshazzar's wall. Mene, mene, tekel, far sin. Daniel interprets these as legal and military declarations, numbered, weighed, divided. These weren't just predictions, they were divine decrees that immediately went into effect. That very night, Belshazzar's kingdom fell because heaven had spoken with authority. Third, consider Yeshua's own words in Matthew 16 verse 19 when he told Peter, "I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." The Greek tense here indicates that whatever is bound or loosed on earth has already been bound or loosed in heaven. This shows us that declarations made with divine authority have immediate effect in the spiritual realm. Each of these examples demonstrates that when Yahweh speaks through his chosen vessels, it's not just communication, it's legislation. The words carry the full weight of heaven's authority and create immediate, irreversible change in both the spiritual and physical realms. Here's the mystery that changes everything. While John recorded tetelestai in Greek, Yeshua spoke Aramaic in his final moments. The Aramaic Peshitta manuscripts record this as Mshalem or Gmir, both meaning finished or completed. But here's what's fascinating. The Hebrew equivalent that captures the full theological weight would be Shalem Kol Malaka, literally, complete is all the work. This phrase carries a triple declaration that sent shockwaves through hell itself. Shalem means complete, whole, perfect, the same root as shalom, indicating not just completion but wholeness and restoration. Kol means all or everything, not just some things, not just the obvious things, but absolutely everything. Malaka is where it gets explosive. This word means work or task, but it's the same word used in Exodus 40 verse 33 when Moses finished the work of the tabernacle, and in 1 Kings 7 verse 40 when Hiram finished all the work on Solomon's temple. This isn't just any work, This is sacred, completed, divinely ordained work. But here's what makes this declaration so powerful. The concept behind Malaka, work, and Shalem, complete/whole, was used in 3 specific contexts that every first-century Jew would have immediately recognized. First, in the commercial realm, when a debt was fully paid, creditors would write tetelestai, or its Hebrew equivalent, across the debt certificate. The debt wasn't just reduced or renegotiated, it was completely satisfied, legally erased, with no remaining obligation. Second, in the military realm, when a battle was decisively won, the commanding officer would declare the campaign finished, not just paused or temporarily successful, but totally victorious, with the enemy's power completely broken. Third, in the sacrificial realm, when the high priest completed the Day of Atonement rituals in Leviticus 16, he would declare the atonement work complete, meaning the people's sins were fully covered and Yahweh's wrath was satisfied. When Yeshua declared the completion of all work through tetelestai, whether in Aramaic as Shalem or conceptually as Shalem Kol Malaka, he was simultaneously announcing every debt of sin paid in full, every demonic stronghold utterly defeated, every sacrificial requirement completely satisfied. This wasn't Yeshua's dying breath. This was a legal declaration made with the full authority of heaven, witnessed by earth, and heard throughout the spiritual realm. The moment these words left his lips, every demon that had held humanity in bondage had to recognize that their legal right to oppress believers had been permanently revoked. The veil in the temple didn't tear by coincidence. It tore because the declaration of complete work had just opened direct access to the Holy of Holies for every believer. The earth didn't shake randomly. It shook because a seismic shift had occurred in the spiritual realm that had immediate physical consequences. Understanding the power of tetelestai, this declaration that all work is complete transforms how we approach spiritual warfare and prayer. Here's a 3-step process to apply this truth in your daily walk with Yahweh. Step 1. Declaration of completed work. When facing spiritual opposition, fear, or oppression, begin your prayers by declaring the completed work of Calvary. Instead of begging Yahweh to do something about your situation, start by acknowledging what He's already done. Say something like, Father, through Yeshua's declaration that all work is finished, every work needed for my victory has already been completed. I stand on the finished work of the cross. Step 2. Apply the triple authority. Address your specific situation through the threefold lens of Yeshua's victory. Commercial authority. Every debt of condemnation, shame, and guilt has been paid in full. I am free from the penalty of sin. Military authority. Every demonic stronghold trying to establish itself in my mind, family, or circumstances has been utterly defeated. I enforce Yeshua's victory. Sacrificial authority. I have been made righteous through Yeshua's perfect sacrifice. I approach your throne with confidence. Step 3. Leave from victory, not for victory. This is crucial. Don't pray trying to achieve victory. Pray from a victory that's already yours. When anxiety hits, remind yourself that Yeshua already declared all work complete over every fear. When spiritual attack comes, stand firm knowing that the enemy's power was broken 2,000 years ago. When condemnation whispers, remember that the debt was marked paid in full at Calvary. Let me share a testimony that illustrates this truth. A young man in our fellowship had been battling condemnation and shame from past mistakes that kept him feeling disqualified from Yahweh's purposes. Every time he tried to step into ministry or leadership, voices of accusation would flood his mind, telling him he wasn't worthy. He spent months in desperate prayer, asking Yahweh to cleanse him and make him acceptable. Then he discovered the complete meaning of tetelestai, that the debt of his sin had been marked, paid in full at Calvary. Instead of pleading for worthiness, he began declaring, through Yeshua's finished work, every accusation against me has been legally canceled. I am already righteous in His sight. The transformation was remarkable, not because his past changed, but because he finally grasped that Yeshua's declaration had already settled every charge against him. The key is balance. We declare these truths with bold faith while maintaining humble submission to Yahweh's timing and will. We're not manipulating God or demanding our way. We're aligning ourselves with what He's already declared and walking in the authority He's already given us. If this revelation about tetelestai, that all work is truly finished, has stirred something in your spirit, I want you to do 3 things right now. First, type finished in the comments below. Let's create a declaration of faith together that Yeshua's work is complete in your life. Second, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because we're diving deeper into biblical mysteries that will transform your understanding of Scripture and your walk with Yahweh. Third, share this video with someone who needs to understand the power of what Yeshua actually declared on the cross. Your breakthrough isn't coming, it's already here. You just need to understand the legal declaration that purchased it. The declaration, tetelestai, isn't just ancient history, it's your present reality. Every chain that's been holding you back, every spiritual stronghold that's been tormenting you, every lie the enemy has been whispering in your ear has to bow to the authority of what Yeshua declared on Calvary. The work is finished. The victory is won. The question isn't whether Yahweh has the power to set you free. The question is whether you'll believe and apply what He's already accomplished. Next week, we're uncovering another explosive biblical mystery that's been hiding in plain sight for centuries, a revelation so powerful that it will completely transform how you understand spiritual authority and protection. You won't want to miss what we're unveiling from one of the most familiar passages in Scripture. Remember, beloved, you're not fighting for victory, you're fighting from victory. The moment you truly understand tetelestai, that all work is complete, everything changes. Walk in the authority that's already yours through Yeshua's finished work. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where we continue uncovering the mysteries that transform ordinary believers into spiritual warriors who know their authority in the kingdom of Yahweh.